glad that you popped in. I just want to share with you a new product that I made for TPT. This is looking at phonics and phonemic awareness in multiple ways. Let me go ahead and show you what we have here. So this product, you can use it on the Promethium board. You can project it onto a whiteboard, and students can write directly onto the whiteboard, interact with the slides, or you can share in Zoom, and you can have the kids annotate in Zoom. I also like to have my kids use their whiteboards there in the floor with them. So if I'm showing certain slides, I'll have them write that word or go ahead and fill in missing letters, all kinds of stuff there on their own little mini whiteboards. This program will also hit on the phonemic awareness, including rhyming, sound substitution, removing and adding of sounds, segmenting and blending, phoneme location is at the beginning, the middle, the end, onset and rhymes, and alliteration. It'll hit phonics through dictation, where they have to actually write full sentences, sorting by spelling pattern, word and picture matching, and reading words and sentences and passages. It's going to hit on high frequency words using practice and passage reading, and it's going to work on comprehension of vocabulary. They're going to be matching words with pictures, matching sentences and pictures, passage reading with reading comprehension, and use of pictures to allow for discussion about word meaning, including multiple meaning words. Finally, there's going to be tons of pictures for this ELL support. And EL does not just mean kids who are learning it from a second language to English, but it also could be kids who are struggling with language and they're maybe even on an IEP for language or speech. So right now, you are going to be looking at level 20 today, the long U, but I have all the way back to level 1, which is the short A, and in time I hope to go all the way to level 50, adding suffixes, ed, s, ing with this as an ending. I want to thank Pixabay. That is where I pulled all my pictures from to support the ELs in this program. You're going to find inside each one is embedded 4 to 5 videos. The first 2 videos are working specifically on that week's sound. The second 2 videos are the high frequency words, and I actually assign these through Canvas to my students, and they work on these independently at their own pace. I tell them to use their whole brain. I want to see them writing it. I want to see them reading it whisper voice. I want to see them listening to it. I want to see them thinking about it, looking at it. I want to see them using as much of their brain as they can. You're going to notice that there are going to be 5 days in each set of slides. Each day is about 20 slides, or excuse me, about 60 slides. The first slides are going to just be your letters. So for this one, we're going to review I, U, and you're going to say the letter is O, the sound is ah. These are the ones that we review with the long U. We have the H brothers. We have the OR and the AR, the other long vowels that we've done, and we're working on the long U. That's why it is red. The next one is going to be, where do you hear these sounds? And they have to decide that they hear, or what do you hear, long or short vowel? This one, they hear a long vowel. Do you hear long or short U? You hear the long U. We go through, and then where do you hear the long U sound? Like in flute, you hear it in the middle. Or like in dune, again in the middle. Once you do the location of the sound for a few, now we're going to change sounds. So here we're going to change the in wrote to a k, and we get coat, like a coat of arms. Like a coat of arms. Then we're going to change the t at the end of coat to a d, and now we have code. Change the d in code to an n, and now we have cone. And now change the O in cone to an A, and we have cane. Each one of those has a picture to support so that you can have discussions on what that word means to expand on vocabulary on top of everything else. The next one is we're looking for rhyming words. There's 4 pictures. They have to first say them. Say suit, suit, say flute, flute, and then they have to practice finding the rhyming words. Now you're going to see a word. They have to read the word, practice using that E, making the U say U. And the next slide is going to actually give them a picture to support that. Again, they have to refuse. And then we click to the next one. when there's an opportunity, I do include other meanings for the word. So this is like fuse, like you would have in your car, so your car will run, versus fuse, like on a bomb. And that way you can have various conversations about the meanings of these words. Again, read it and then see the picture. The next slide you're going to see, you have a few of those. Now we're going to be working on syllables. Because we're already in the long vowels, we do have multisyllabic words. So here's the definition for them for syllable, and I will tell them the word is baseball. What's the first syllable? Base. The second syllable is ball. Now we have other words with long U. The first slide just has the word. They battle through to try to read it. And the next one I actually give the words separated by syllable and a sentence. The picture again to support. The word immune. The next slide, they can separate it on their whiteboards, separating immune. And then there's a sentence that you can work together to read to understand what immune means. Now we're actually going to be working on spelling. So I would say cube, like a Rubik's cube, cube. They tap out the sounds, k, u, b. They write it on their whiteboards. One kid could write it on the board if he so chose. And when you switch sides, they can check their work to see how they did. My kids get so excited to check their work. Again, clue, they have to sound it out, write it down, and then they get to check their work when I click the slide. Once we've gotten to the long vowels, now we are doing our high frequency words. This one I like to do a fly spotter. I'll say find the word said. Either I will have them write it on their whiteboards and they hold it up, or I'll have a kid go up and point to various words, or I'll say, ask a kid to say what word they want found, and kid number 2 then goes and finds it. So kid 1 says, find the word said. Kid 2 then goes to the whiteboard or goes to the promethium or whatever I have projected on and touches the word said. And you can do that with all these words. These are all the review words. And then when you get to these are now our new words. So they get to go up, and it's visual discrimination that they know that L-O-U-D spells loud. So they would not circle this one, and they could tell you that the A should be an O. And they wouldn't circle this one because they would tell you that that W should be a U. They could also tell you that this one is missing the U. So these are all our new words that we're practicing. And then when we get to this one, these are a review of the new words. You can do it like we did earlier, where I would say, student 1, what word would you like them to find? Student 2 would go up and find that word, and everybody would then praise them for finding the correct word. Once we've done all that, we can put it all together, and we're reading passages. This is where more of that comprehension comes in, because they have to read the passage, and there's a question underneath that matches one of the 2 pictures. And there's usually 2 of these. So that was just one day. You're going to notice that each of the days is slightly different, but it's hitting a lot of the same phonemic and phonics skills, and always want to end with that dance party to celebrate all the hard work. You're going to notice up in the top left corner that there is a small picture of the passage and the phonemic, or the phonics words that go along with that passage. Those are actually on my TPT site as well if they interest you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for visiting.